I'm the only Christmas elf here at this time of year. The other Christmas elf is off at the moment and she will be back in the new year. So missing her already. So, if you are watching us live, please comment in the box down below if you would like to ask any questions. I'm here to answer any questions that you've got on today's Facebook Live. So, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a beautiful velvet chocolate tart. And when I sort of say beautiful like that, I really mean it. It's a really fantastic chocolate tart recipe. So, to start off with, I'm not actually going to teach you about the pastry per se, because there's lots of information on the Cooks Collective on how to make a pastry case, how to bake it blind, because that's basically what you want to do. And then I've got my pastry case here, which I'm just going to pop on the plate. So that's one that I've prepared earlier. Obviously I wouldn't be doing that with a hot one that's just come out of the oven. So we've got our chocolate pastry case. So if you're not into making pastry, you can certainly go and buy yourself some of the lovely Carême sweet pastry. They do a beautiful sweet pastry. They are not doing chocolate pastry anymore. I just learnt this morning, which is very sad. Otherwise, you can go onto the Cooks Collective and you can learn how to make that beautiful chocolate pastry case yourself. So I'm going to be making the chocolate filling to go in this. So it's a chilled chocolate tart, which I really like because it's one of those ones that you can definitely prepare beforehand. And you can see all this beautiful fruit here, and you can see there's not a skerrick of sugar in sight, is there? This is a sugar-free chocolate tart. Well, sort of. So, woo! Just in time, our cream is boiling. How's that? So I'm going to sort of make a little bit of a custard here because I haven't got my other friend helping me do this. I'm just going to pour this on myself, and just to temper the egg yolks just a bit, I've taken the yolks from the whites, and I'm going to add some chocolate into that. So the recipe is now online as well. I want to add the chocolate in that. That'll cool down that the eggs so that the eggs won't split, and I'm going to just allow that, just stir it just very briefly because I want to allow that just to allow the chocolate to melt slightly in there. If you pop your cream over there and you start stirring immediately, then what you're going to be doing is you're going to be stirring in cold air into that sort of custard base. So it won't actually work. And this is one of those chocolate magic moments. I love working with chocolate. Chocolate magic moments like this, that you just get a little whisk and whisk it round like this, and all this chocolate melts into this lovely custard and creates the most beautiful, creamy, luscious chocolate mousse like that. And that's basically it. That's incredible, isn't it? Love watching that. Could do that every day. So I've got some beautiful chocolate, obviously. Look at the gorgeous gloss that chocolate has on it, and it's very, very smooth and fantastic. So you then get yourself a bottle of rum, and then you just drink the rum and you don't care about the tart anymore. Okay, so joking aside, I don't even drink, do I? It smells nice though. Couple of tablespoons of dark rum into here as well. So you can put something else in there if you like. You can put some Tia Maria in there. You can put some brandy in there. It's totally and utterly up to you. I'll turn that off now as well. That was good timing earlier on, wasn't it, that cream? Wow. Of course, I had it all organised exactly for that moment to come up to simmer, mad boil. So here's our chocolate mousse. Now this recipe actually came from when I used to work with my parents at the very, very old, hundreds of years old pub. I can't remember, 600-700 years old, in West Sussex. And we used to make it as a velvet chocolate mousse. So if you don't want to go ahead with the pastry, you can literally just pour that chocolate mousse into glasses, have that set in the fridge. And I'm just going to, because no one's here to stop me, I'm just going to sort of show you that amazing velvety incredibleness that the chocolate mousse is. Absolutely delicious. So what I'm going to do with this is now pour it into my tart case. Oh, let's the other way around. Pour it into my tart case like that. And surprisingly enough, I've made it so that it fits this 26 centimetre tart tin that I've got here. So in goes that, like this. And then you can certainly prepare this a couple of days in advance and set that in the fridge. Now, that looks pretty yummy already, just like that, doesn't it, really? And what I'm going to do, oh, the other thing I was going to show you, I've got little tart cases as well. So if you've got some leftover pastry, you can make some smaller tart cases as well. So you can use those instead of the large one if you want. So that is going to go into the fridge now. And, well, it won't because I'm not going to put it in there, but I'm going to just pop it on the back here for the time being. And here is one that I prepared yesterday. So you can see how it is just beautifully set. Now, yesterday, there again, I will fess up. I always fess up if something goes a little bit wrong. I always like to fess up because then it means that you won't do the wrong things like I have done them. So yesterday, I went to cover the tart. Once it was set, I went to cover it, and the Glad wrap actually hit the tart topping. So in fact, it was a cameraman's brilliant idea to pop a bowl over the top rather than covering it with Glad wrap, because if it sticks on that surface, then the Glad wrap's going to make a little mark on there. So don't do that. I just got the blowtorch out and just did a quick over the top, and Bob's your uncle, as they say in the kitchen. So for the topping, look, you can leave it like that if you want, just a little dusting of icing sugar, aka snow at Christmas time. But I'm going to put some grapes, some raspberries, some blueberries and some strawberries onto mine. And basically all I've done is I've left the raspberries whole. I've cut the grapes up into halves, unless there's little ones, because they look really cute tumbled on there as well. And we've also cut the blueberries in half, so you get some of the blueberry and some of the inside green bit. And I've actually cut the strawberries not into like heart shapes, but along the strawberries. So we've got lots of different sort of circular shapes. So they're all fairly circular-ish. So that's why I've chosen to do these ones. I think they're really pretty like this. And whilst this looks quite pretty, the bit that I like to do at the end to really finish it off makes this look really stunning, I think. So there's a fabulous lady called Julie Jones in the UK who makes the most beautiful tarts. And this is sort of a little bit of a, I suppose, yeah, just like how I would make Julie Jones's tart. Because whilst Julie's obviously got the patience of a saint, I haven't. So I'm just tumbling mine over the top like this. Probably a bit too much fruit, but I like it so that everyone gets a bit of fruit. I think that's really important, isn't it? Because we've got no sugar in the actual chocolate, but there is sugar in the pastry. But I don't know how that's looking for everyone. That's looking quite pretty. The thing to finish this off with is to make some ganache. So I've actually made some milk chocolate ganache. And you can make little blobs like this. So so this is I'm going to just pick some little areas to place the ganache over the top of the tart. This doesn't really matter. Oh, doesn't really matter. Even if that happens, doesn't matter. Because you're going the extra mile, aren't you, to make a very beautiful tart. Like, come on. This has actually been in the fridge, so it's a little bit on the stiff side. Thank you. Cameraman's finishing my sentences now. That's awesome. So that's that. And if you want to go even further than that, right, you can make a white chocolate ganache. This one's slightly runnier, but we'll have a little go. A little white chocolate ganache here and there. And yeah, try and do it better than me because mine's sort of blobbing everywhere, but it doesn't matter. Quite pretty. This, I just think, how pretty is this for a Christmas table? Just very gorgeous. I want to thank Julie Jones for giving me the inspiration for this. It is a very, very gorgeous chocolate tart. And I love it because how quick was that to make that chocolate mousse, and then really putting the tart together is not that tricky at all. It's just about having some beautiful colours, thinking about the textures, thinking about how that's actually going to look. I'm not going to put icing sugar on that. You can if you want to. I'm just going to confer with the cameraman because this is a very quick, not midweek live stream, because I don't know, might on a Tuesday night have this after your spaghetti bolognese, who knows. But can you get a beautiful shot of this, Mr. Cameraman? How would you like me to turn it around like that? And that's perfect. That's amazing how we've just communicated so beautifully without him saying one word. That's amazing. So here we have the velvet chocolate mousse tart. I'm going to just take those away. You know where those are going in a little while, don't you? So I'm just going to take those away and keep that in the fridge. The fruit and everything probably would be better to be put on just before you serve, I would say. And the ganache needs to be out of the fridge, otherwise it's going to be very, very stiff. But the recipe for the ganache is going to be on the website, as is the recipe for the tart. Cooks Collective people have that online with the video as we speak. So thank you so much for watching, and I want to make say a really big thank you to everybody this year who have been a part of our live stream videoing. We've had an absolute ball with you guys, and we hope that we have inspired you to get in your kitchen and do some fabulous cooking. So we will be back next year, and I'm sorry, the cameraman just did say something to me, but I couldn't hear. Hello to Bri. Mwah. Hello, Bri. Is that all right? I hope I've done you proud. So thank you very, very much from Bryony as well as myself for joining us in the kitchen here at Matters of Taste. We hope to see you next year. Loads more stuff happening online with the Cooks Collective. Enjoy your beautiful velvet chocolate tart this Christmas and for the rest of your lives. So please enjoy. And if you've got any further questions or you want to post and have me answer any questions about the chocolate tart, then please write them beneath. And we won't be back next week. We'll be back in a couple of weeks' time. We're just taking a couple of weeks break, and then we're actually coming back with some beautiful, I can't remember the name of them, falafels. So beautiful chickpea falafels for a lovely January post, second week in January. Bye.